I'm visiting a boba tea shop, but I'm not focused on the drinks. Instead, I'm focused on the food. This one boba shop in Northern Virginia serves Vietnamese food, and it's not the usual Vietnamese items either. Come along with me on today's episode. Let's discover what they've got. You know, being a Vietnamese boba tea shop, they do have some unusual items in the sense that you don't find them at any other boba tea shop. And the first item certainly is that. I'm going to start with this spice bread. It basically looks like cut up pieces of a banh mi roll. And it does look like just squares or little planks of baguette that have been cut up and treated in their special way with looks like some sort of butter or mayo or something like that. It has scallions on it and a faint kind of dusty red color on top, which I assume is the spice. I'm just going to grab one of these squares of bread and just begin and see what this is all about. Oh, yeah, there's some sort of creamy mayo kind of spread on there with the oniony green onions providing some zip. Oh, and the bread is nice and toasty. Whatever that spice is, you know, it's not terribly spicy, but there is a spicy note to it, obviously. It is called spice bread. It's a nice little accompaniment to your drink. I mean, Infini-Tea is a boba tea shop, so I had to get a drink, you know. I got the dragon fruit guava slush. Ooh, that is very fruity and cold. And today, as you may be able to tell, is quite a cold and blustery day. I don't know if this is the best drink. Maybe a nice cup of hot cocoa or a coffee would have been good, but... Yeah, you can taste the guava and the dragon fruit in there. Mostly guava. They have a bunch of fries actually listed on their menu, but only one of them appeared on the video screen above the menu, and that was the cheese fries. And so I just imagined that was the signature fry item to get. So I got the cheese fries. And they're kind of you know, not thick or thin. They're kind of medium looking, and it does have a generous amount of cheese on top of the fries. And the cheese almost has a neon color to it. It is a kind of very deep, cheesy yellow-orange color, kind of like what you would find on Doritos or something like that. Let me just dig in. I'm going to get one of the more colorful pieces and start off with that. Oh. Wow, the fries are crispy. That's a nice potato flavor. Yeah, but that is some sort of processed cheese powder. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, there's a section of the fries in this container that is really deeply yellow-orange because it took the blunt of the spread. Whoever sprinkled on the cheese really doused it in a certain central area, and you can see it. And actually, it's kind of lumpy, the cheese. It reminds me of, like I said, Doritos or the same kind of cheese powder maybe that they use on Cheetos or something like that. So what's my verdict with regard to the cheese fries? They're crispy and warm, but I don't think the cheese really adds a whole lot to it. You know, that's kind of ironic given that it's cheese fries. At Infini-Tea, they don't have a whole list of banh mi items, but they do have one sandwich. They call it the egg baguette, and you can get optionally you can get bacon with it. And I said, well, yeah, throw in the bacon. You know, why not? So I got the egg and bacon baguette, or I guess you can call it egg and bacon banh mi. It comes with cucumber, pickled daikons, a little bit of carrots, some sort of spread. It may be the same spread they used on the spice bread that I had earlier. I don't know. And there's a fried egg in here with what it looks like the same bread I had earlier with the spice bread. There's also cilantro in here. I forgot to mention that. And yeah, the bacon seems like it's pretty sizable. It's not a skimpy, kind of slender, inconsequential kind of bacon. Whatever bacon they're using, it is pretty thick and large. I've never had an egg and bacon banh mi before. It's a classic combination, bacon and egg. I've had a bacon and egg sandwich. This is hitting the spot because you get the classic bacon and egg combination in a baguette, and it's a banh mi with all the banh mi accoutrements. Oh, man. This is really good. And also, the deeper I'm getting into this sandwich, the further I bite into it, I'm getting all of the elements. And each bite has all of the ingredients therein. It really is quite good. I mean, when you have the bacon and the egg and the cucumber and the daikon, pickled daikon, and the cilantro and the few shreds of carrots that are in there, when you bite into that on the crusty loaf, and then you got the little bit of that kind of mayo, creamy, fatty spread, whatever that thing is, it's really good. Whatever this spread is, this mayo, creamy, fatty spread, it's doing a much better job of whatever it's supposed to be doing on this baguette sandwich. As opposed to the spice bread earlier. I think it's the same spread, but in the sandwich, it's playing a very crucial part. And on the spice bread, it gets kind of lost in its contribution. The contribution isn't as substantial and meaningful. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Okay, this next dish is really what prompted me to go to Infini-Tea when I found out that they serve this. It's called Chen. I think that's how you pronounce it. Forgive me if I mispronounced it, but it's pan-fried rice cakes. It's formed into basically one big patty with an egg batter, and it has spring onions, scallions, and it's served with a generous helping of pickled daikon and carrots. So that is kind of like the sour element to balance it out, and it has I believe a kind of a sweet sour vinegar soy sauce, and I think there's a hot sauce that goes with it. But as I begin, I'm just going to eat it as is. Break off a piece or some pieces and start. Oh, wow. Kind of caught me off guard by how crispy it is. I don't know if the microphone captured it, but wow, it has a very discernible crunch to it. Wow. I was expecting something kind of soft and gooey, because that's how rice cakes usually are. And it certainly has a gooey quality, but the way they pan fried it, wow, it's really crispy on the outside of that thing, and it's really good. Okay, let me dip it in the soy condiment, or the soy vinegar mixture. Let's see how that is. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's a mixture of soy and vinegar in that cup, in that little condiment cup. Wow, it's quite good with the soy sourness of it. It really complements that rice cake. Wow, that's a really good condiment. It kind of balances out the slight greasiness of the rice cakes, and the flavor of that soy vinegar really balances out the kind of savoriness of it. Wow, that's really good. Okay, I'm going to try it with the hot sauce. I think this might be sriracha. Yeah, I think it's sriracha. Okay, there's a little spicy kick to it, but I think I prefer the soy vinegar. That is a much more complimentary condiment than the sriracha. That soy vinegar is really a nice, 1-2 punch with the rice cakes. Okay, let me try it with the pickled daikon and carrots. Oh yeah. Wow, that's good. Not only do you have the sourness of the pickled daikon and carrots balancing out, again, the slight oiliness and the savoriness of the rice cakes, but you also have a textural complement because it's really crunchy, the pickled daikons and the carrots. And so it really complements those soft but nevertheless crispy rice cakes. Wow. In fact, what I need to do is sprinkle a little bit of the soy vinegar on top with the pickled daikons and carrots. Yeah. That's the way to go. The pickled daikons, the carrots, and the soy vinegar all in one bite. I believe this is my first time having bok chiên. It's not something that I readily see on Vietnamese menus around the DMV. I mean, we have a lot of Vietnamese cafes and restaurants, particularly in the Northern Virginia part of the DMV, but I don't recall seeing this on Vietnamese menus. It's not, readily served at banh mi shops, for example. And so that's another reason why I went to Infini-Tea, because I think it's one of the few places where you can just get this and get this easily ordering at the counter. So I believe in Vietnam, this is a street food staple, and it's also made, I think, frequently at home as a snack. Okay, the next item, my final item from Infini-Tea is the bánh lọc. I believe that's how it's pronounced, bánh lọc. And basically, these are tapioca dumplings. That's kind of mini dumplings wrapped in banana leaves, I believe. And it has shrimp and pork inside. And you eat it with a sweet chili dipping sauce. And this is another dish that I don't see very often around the Vietnamese cafes that I frequent. At least I haven't noticed it. And so, yeah, this is a kind of a snack item. I don't think you eat it as a meal necessarily, but you get a whole bunch of them. I don't know exactly how many are there here. Let me just eat one as is without dipping it. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. You're not supposed to break them apart, obviously, and to bust them open to see what's inside. But I wanted to find out if, in fact, there is shrimp and pork inside, and there is. It's kind of a dried shrimp and a piece of like pork belly meat or something like that inside each of these tapioca sacks, parcels, dumplings. And so, yeah, the shrimp itself has the exterior shell still intact. I felt that as I was biting into that first one. Let me have another one. They're very sticky. They're very gooey and gummy. Wow. The predominant experience is of the texture. It's very gummy and gooey. It's very pliable though, very elastic, and the shrimp flavor dominates the pork flavor. The shrimp has a very dried shrimp intensity about it. Yeah, that's a familiar flavor to me because I grew up eating dried shrimp. All right, let me try it with the dipping sauce, the sweet chili sauce. Wow. Oh, I think it's fish sauce actually, like a slight chili inflected fish sauce. Oh, that's nice because it really complements the the tapioca encasing. It really, that's really good. I would say that condiment, that fish sauce inflected, or that chili inflected fish sauce, is really a necessary part of eating this because it really rounds out the flavor. It makes the dumpling a little less tacky because of the liquidiness of the condiment. And then that fish sauce flavor complements the shrimpiness of the dumpling. And so it really adds to the experience. Well, that ends another episode, this Vietnamese Eats episode from Infini-Tea. I'm glad I came and enjoyed the bok lak and the bok chiên especially. I hope I pronounced that right. Bam bok lak and the bok chiên. Again, these are not items that are readily available, I don't think, in the Vietnamese cafes and restaurants around the DMV. At least I haven't noticed them on the menus, and I'm glad I tried them because I really enjoyed them, and the other items too, but especially those two. And if you can find them in your area where you are, you should really give them a try. Well, I'll see you next time on my next food adventure. Take care until then. Bye-bye.